Introducing Claude Design by Anthropic Labs. Today we're launching Claude Design, a new Anthropic Labs product that lets you collaborate with Claude to create polished visual work like design, prototypes, slides, one-pagers, and more. I'm personally very excited about the slide decks, to have an AI help you, and apparently it can take your brand material and it can help you do the slides. And I'm not very good at making slides, and I'm not very excited about making slides. So I think that's probably a use case that I want to try out. But the internet, as it does with every release of every model, it seems, has exploded. Min Choi on X wrote this statement: "It's over. Claude Design is generating insane UI, designs and animation from just text. Design will never be the same." And then he goes to, he moves along to show 10 examples. So I'm not going to go into that. But what I want to focus on is this language of "it's over." I really don't like that. I think it is a misrepresentation of what is happening. I understand why you would sort of use that type of language. It hypes you up and it pushes your content. But it also leads to a fair bit of fatigue if you hype up every model like this and then you try it out. And it is cool and it's making progress and there are uses for it. There are problems. And so far, every time that we've been through this, you run into the limitations fairly quickly, where it can't really create something fantastic if it doesn't understand the context. So anything that is easier than just an e-commerce site or a landing page, so far, I haven't been using Claude Design much, but I can say fairly confidently that for a more complicated B2B solution where you need to do something for a specific group that is very like, you have to understand the context and you have to get into, it's not going to be able to do all of this work that would entail that now it's over. There's still a lot of product management and design work that needs to go into this before it makes sense. My experience is whenever I try to use one of these tools, I can get to a certain level, and I don't doubt that Claude Design pushes that level a bit higher. But when you get to that level of, okay, so this looks very good, and then you start digging into it, and you evaluate the interaction patterns, and you evaluate if every function makes sense to have, it just doesn't really do it. It's okay, but you have to spend a lot of time, a ton of time, refining and making things look better. And yeah, so I'm not sure that I don't like that language. But I read something else, and that is this article: Anthropic launches Claude Design, challenging Lovable and Figma. And the thesis of this article is that Lovable and Figma, they're essentially wrappers around Claude. And they have been using Claude as a core part of their product in order to help people create apps and designs. And now that Claude is moving into that design space, it's going to be very hard for a company like Lovable to actually make their product offering something that makes sense for users to use when they can just go into Claude and do the same thing. And I think Lovable is stressed. As they say here, Lovable's response double credits as customer retention, as a double credits. So they want people to stay and they give them more credits, essentially subsidizing even more. And this is only going to work to a point because Claude is owning the infrastructure under this. So how are Lovable going to be able to compete at all if they don't have anything more than just a wrapper around Claude, which I assume is mainly prompts that they've come up with that helps, and I'm sure it works well. But if Anthropic starts working on this actively, Lovable is going to have a hard time, and I think that is true for Figma as well. So a lot of implications of Claude Design dropping, I don't think it will be the end of design or designers, but hopefully it's going to be a useful tool that we can use to sort of get further.